I'm Nikki Green, and I'm a certified psychotherapist and sexual marital therapist. And I want to read a quote to you by William Golding that I feel really encompasses both the hope and what's good, but also the problem in modern romance. I think women are foolish to pretend that they're equal to men. They are far superior and always have been. Whatever you give a woman, she will make greater. If you give her sperm, she will make you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll make you a home. If you give her groceries, she'll make you a meal. If you give her a smile, she'll give you her heart. She multiplies and enlarges what is given to her. So, if you give her any crap, be prepared to receive a ton of shit. So, I want to tell you a little story that I think illustrates this perfectly. I was working with a couple called Tallulah and Jacob, and Tallulah was a real high power corporate lawyer, and Jacob was a secondary school teacher. And they came in to see me due to fights that had been fueled by Tallulah seeing a message pop up on Jacob's phone from a colleague at work, and it was sort of verging on inappropriate. So we worked together for a while, and we found out that Tallulah had, she was just absolutely exhausted, and she really needed some support. She had been putting a lot of pressure on herself at work and working long days and coming home late very, very often. So Jacob was concerned to hear this, and when Tallulah told him what she needed, he really went out of his way to make sure that the things that she'd asked for had been done. So things were going quite well for a little while, and then they both ended up back in my office together, and Tallulah was really at the end of her tether. She was so fed up. So, I asked her why, and she said that really it's just gone back to the way it had always been, and that, Jacob really wasn't helping anymore. And she was really quite angry about it. And at that point, I told her a story that I love to tell, especially the women that I work with. And it's a story of the wind and the sun. And the wind, who really fancies himself as being very, very strong, said to the sun one day, "Listen, let's have a competition and I'll show you just how strong I am." And the sun said, "Okay." So the wind said, look at that old man down there. I bet I can get his cape off him really, really quickly." So the sun said, "Okay." So the wind went down and whistled around him and blew a gale and blew his hardest. But the harder the wind blew, the more tightly the old man clung to his cloak. So the sun said, "Okay, it's my turn now." So she went down and she just shone her warm sun rays down over this man. And soon, very, very soon, he took off his cape. He was so hot, and he mopped his brow. So, this is really how us women want to act to get the best out of life and the best out of our relationships, right? We want to be the sun that's warm and loving and in which everything else revolves around, because that really is the case for us women, right? So we had a little closer look at what Jacob was encountering. And we found that for Jacob, he would come home in the evening sooner than Tallulah, and he would do his stuff, and Tallulah would then come home, and they did this over and over. But after a while, Jacob realized that it didn't really matter what he did. Tallulah would still come home exhausted and fractious and determined to get stuff done and get the house tidied up when she got home after work. And he just thought, you know, we're both unhappy now with me helping you. I'm doing stuff that I don't necessarily be wanting to do, and you know, and you're doing this anyway, so it's really not helping. So at least one of us might as well be happy. So I'm gonna get home and chill and watch the TV and do the things that do make me happy. So it's like Tallulah had been hit by lightning. She was like, oh, of course, you know. And the truth is, you know, why would any men want to feel like they're achieving something. They want to feel like they're successful and competent. It's really, really important to them. So when he didn't feel that he was helping her, or that he was really making her life any better, he decided, well, what was the point of that? So if we want to get help from our partners, which we certainly can do, we want to do one of two things. We want to ask for them in a warm way, like the sun. And sometimes that will take several times of asking for the same thing over and over again without getting fractious and upset. But also, we want to receive, to take it in, to allow it to have an impact on us, which is then very motivational to be getting more of that stuff from our partners. And when Tallulah recognized this, that not only was she not even appreciating the effort that Jacob was making, and that appreciation is huge, you know, that's the 5 positives to every negative that John Gottman talks about. That's a big part of that. But not only was she not appreciating that, but she just wasn't letting it in and letting it affect her and make her happy. And once she realized that and was able to sort of receive and recognize that she needed downtime and she needed rejuvenation and she needed to be happy too, and they both got on the same page, she found that Jacob was more than willing to help and very good at it, and got more and more motivated by the fact that he was really able to help her out and just make her life so much happier and easier. So if you found this video helpful, please send it to your friends. Feel free to pin it on Facebook or follow me on Facebook, or please sign up for my newsletter in which every couple of weeks I'll send you more relationship tips and also tricks on how to keep that sunshine, that beautiful feminine sunshine alive for us. Thank you very much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day.